Welcome to Everything Entertainment TV. Today, I'm going to be explaining a comedy, drama, adventurer, and romance movie, The Lost City, released in 2022. Before we begin, please kindly like and comment on the video, since this will allow us to expand our niche. Loretta Sage is a novelist best known for writing epic adventures with a fictional hero named Dash. She's in the middle of writing her next novel, and she's seeing herself and Dash in a perilous position involving snakes and henchmen. However, she finds several flaws in it and deletes it all. She's under pressure from her publicist, Beth, who wants to see the current draft of her book, as well as the death of her explorer husband from years before. Later, Loretta, wearing a purple sequined jumpsuit, is invited to speak about the book at an expo, encouraged by her publicist Beth and social media manager Alex. When she discovers that the cover model Dash, Alan Capricin, would also be present, she is apprehensive to go. She goes nonetheless. Alan, dressed in a phony blonde wig, enters the stage to rousing acclaim from the audience. A fan requests Loretta to take off Dash's shirt in the middle of the presentation. She tries to go through the motions, but pulls off Alan's blonde wig, effectively terminating the show. Loretta walks outside instead of going to her next interview after being chastised by her publicist. She splits up with Alan after a fight. She requests a car and is abruptly picked up in a black SUV surrounded by unknown henchmen. Alan notices her driving away and attempts to pursue them, but to no avail. Loretta meets Abigail Fairfax, a strange billionaire who attempts to entice her with a variety of cheeses. He explains that an artifact points to a secret treasure hidden on a small island that could be destroyed at any moment by an erupting volcano. Loretta refuses to mention her price when he asks. He then informs her that a jet is waiting for her and knocks her out. Back at the hotel, Alan is filled with remorse for what happened to Loretta. He, her publicist, and her social media manager attempt to locate her, where he eventually calls a longtime yoga friend, Jack Trainer, to assist him locate her using her smartwatch. He instructs Alan to meet him on the island and that Loretta will be returned within 48 hours. Loretta wakes up and is escorted to a campground where Abigail has set up camp to investigate the whereabouts of the island's treasure. He has Loretta bound and orders that she go to work. Meanwhile, Alan arrives on the island in typical tourist fashion, joins up with Jack, and the two ride in a small car to Abigail's compound. After a short nap, Abigail puts even more pressure on Loretta to decipher the small bit he found hinting at the treasures. She translates it, but he wants her to do it again. Alternatively, Trainer stomps on a number of Abigail's troops, while Alan, who has been locked from the car he was supposed to stay in, serves as a useless backup, frequently slapping a henchman or two. They eventually find Loretta, but are unable to free her from the chair. As explosions erupt, they end up taking her and the chair all together, out of the premises. They return to the car, but before they can depart, Jack is shot in the head, splattering his brains all over Alan's face. He then loads Loretta's chair into the car and drives away. Loretta's capture is demanded by Abigail, who is outraged because she took the only puzzle piece with her. Loretta and Alan pull over after a short getaway, Loretta having fallen out of the automobile. Alan finds her and frees her from the chair, but when they return to the car, it goes over the cliff, preventing them from contacting authorities. However, they reach the car, but the phone is destroyed, so Alan proposes they go through the jungle to find the authorities. Abigail's soldiers are still on the hunt. After a little trip in a small pound that leaves Alan covered in leeches, particularly on his buttocks, Loretta takes them off, and then eventually reaches a waterfall. Loretta utilizes the hint she got from Abigail to decode the rest of the strange puzzle he was trying to solve, indicating the treasure is hidden somewhere with endless tears. The two are nearly apprehended by Abigail's thugs and must climb a mountain to escape them. Alan tries to assist Loretta climb by using his head to push her underneath, between her knees. They eventually reach the pinnacle. The two made a camp, talking about their experience before falling asleep in a fairly small hammock. Meanwhile, Abigail enlists the help of a group of motorcycle-riding goons to assist in the pursuit. Nevertheless, Beth has taken it upon herself to find Loretta and rescue her back. She flies a small charter to a smaller airport, where they eventually tell her there are no seats available. It is there that she meets Oscar and his goat, who are pleased to convey her there. Early in the morning, Loretta, in the middle of an argument with Alan, tells him what she really thinks of him, revealing that he's just a cover model searching for attention, where Alan eventually shares about the family he came from and how he wanted to get away from them, which is why he started modeling, and he enjoys being Dash because it makes the people happy, and he scolds Loretta for not attempting to appreciate her fans. The duo resumed their journey, finally arriving in a small village. After speaking with the local police for security, the two clean up and begin to mingle with the villagers. After a quick dance, egged on by a local woman, Loretta learns from her a clue where the pool of endless tears can just possibly be, and asks Alan to accompany her to find the treasure. She tells him to go get some supplies, excited to rediscover her adventurous spirit. However, she encounters Abigail, who catches her and proceeds to drive away. Alan arrives on a little motorcycle. Following a brief chase, Loretta sets fire inside the vehicle as Alan fights poorly against thugs on top. Moreover, the two are apprehended. Beth finally arrives at a little police station, only to be informed that it is closed. She eventually convinces them to help her out. Alan and Loretta being held captive were taken to the island, the place Abigail is determined to find the treasure. They go inside. On their way, one of his thugs falls off a cliff after taunting Alan. Ignoring him, they make their way through a narrow tunnel. Abigail forces them to enter and they discover a mausoleum inside. After forcibly opening the tomb, it is discovered that the treasure is nothing more than collected seashells, a token of love from a man to his beloved. Abigail is upset because they haven't found any treasure. As the volcano erupts, Abigail seals Loretta and Alan into a tomb, but not before his henchman leaves them a crowbar. Following a brief conversation about their ordeal, Alan uses the crowbar to get them both out. Abigail is met by Beth and the police, while he pretends to be an innocent victim after his henchman steals the boat. Meanwhile, Loretta and Alan narrowly escape the tomb after numerous explosions, only to be found by Beth. Abigail tries to flee after Loretta exposes the truth about him, but is tackled by Oscar, who claims to have Beth's back. Loretta and Alan find refuge on a nearby rock, where they recreate the cover for her next book, which will be released months later. In the last scene, Alex, Beth's granny, Beth, and Oscar are relaxing on an island following the launch of their book, while Loretta and Alan are nearby, discussing the relationship they've formed over their voyage. They kiss after a strange talk. In a mid-credits sequence, Loretta and Alan are doing some peaceful yoga. Jack Trainer makes his reappearance there. They're surprised he's still alive. He can't help but give them strange looks as they return to their leisure. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.